Hello and welcome. It's the end of June and we're in the middle of another heat wave. It's been so hot and dry this year. My onions are ready, maybe a month earlier than normal. I've got two types, Senshyu yellow and red electric. The Senshyu yellow are ready before the red electric. They've all flopped over, showing me they're ready to pick. Red ones, they're catching up. So I've harvested just about every one of my Senshyu yellow, I think. Even the ones that I managed to put in the ground upside down. There's a couple of those. I don't know how that happened. But the red ones are catching up. So every time I come down the plot, there's maybe one or two. Today's onion. It's not the best harvest I've had, but I can't complain. It's decent enough. So I've got my onions stored in the shed / greenhouse at the back, so the skin on the outside forms a nice crispy coating to keep the moisture in, so all is good there. With the onions being removed, I'm getting gaps now in the plot so I can redirect some of my pumpkins and squash. They're going to cover the ground. In terms of watering, because it's been so dry, I'm having to come down the plot just about every day and water stuff. So with the pumpkin and squash, I've kind of banked up around where the stems go into the ground, so that when you pour the water in, it sort of keeps the water in one place. If it was raining all the time like it usually is, I wouldn't do that because you don't want your stems to go wrong, but that keeps the moisture in the right place. I've earthed up my potatoes today, a bit late doing so. It's not the best day in the world to be earthing up potatoes. Some earthed up better than others, depending on how much soil I have in that area. I've been digging up some of my bonus potatoes too, just little plants where maybe left one potato in the ground last year and they've sort of grown. I just sort of leave them. 3 bonus potatoes. It's not many potatoes per plant, but when you dig up 3 or 4 of them plants, it all adds up a nice helping of potatoes there. In terms of the fruit, strawberries, I'm managing to get in there when the strawberries are ripe and eat them before any wildlife gets them, so I'm getting a nice helping also every week. They're not sort of the reddest strawberries in the world, but they're definitely ripe and they taste absolutely delicious. In terms of the other fruit I've got, put some organza bags around some of my fruit, some of my cherries and some of them are currants to make sure that the birds don't get them. The cherries are turning red. I'm going to leave them a little bit longer, I don't want them to be sour. Some of the black currant, although they're a nice dark colour, I'm not sure they're quite ready because some of them are quite sour. Red currants though, marvellous. Taste beautiful. So I am on top of things at the plot, although there's a lot of watering to do, I'm on top of the weeding. The whole plot takes me about half an hour of weeding, maybe an hour every week, plus all the trimming. But sort of avoided weeding my leeks that I've direct sown. So I direct sowed these in April. I've weeded them once, but until the leeks get a bit bigger, it's getting on your hands and knees really detailed, pulling the individual weeds out. So if the whole plot takes me say 3/4 of an hour, those leeks by themselves took half an hour. But I'm pleased to see the leeks now. Hopefully I'm on top of it and the leeks are bigger so it'll be easier to weed ongoing. But do you know what? I'm glad that job is done. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to see if my garlic's ready. So the garlic behind me, put in the ground middle of December. There's 3 different types. There's supermarket garlic, so just bought a head of garlic, broke it up into the cloves, put that in the ground. There's Kingsland white garlic, bought from the garden centre. And there's some elephant garlic, again bought from the garden centre. Now with it being hot and that, some of them are bolted, so we'll have to have a look at it. So there is a cost differential in this. The supermarket garlic costs less than £1. There's 2 rows of that. The King's and White, 2 rows of that. That cost about £5. The elephant garlic, there was two cloves of garlic to put in the ground. It cost me £5. So let's pull them up, see if they're ready, and see if we can work out whether any more value for money than others. Right, let's take them out of the ground. First one to come up is some supermarket garlic, although it's bolted. That looks good, that's good, that looks good. Let's test a Kingsland White. Yeah, that one's okay too. Look to have developed into individual cloves. Can you tell the difference? Supermarket, Kingsland White. An argument that one's bigger, but let's dig up the rest and we can do a comparison. So I've taken off all the scapes, the bit coming out the top that turns into seeds. I should have done that before now, to be honest, to make sure that the bulb grows big enough. But put them scapes to one side, so we'll be eating them later. Apparently they taste very nice. So I've got a crop of garlic. It was maybe about 5 years ago now. My garlic got white rot. It's now a flower bed until maybe another 5 years till I can sort of start growing things in there again, because I don't want white rot to get on anything else. But these are rot free, so we've got a beautiful harvest. So we've got Kingsland White over here, and we've got the supermarket garlic here. Is there much of a difference? Is there much of a difference? These cost less than £1. These cost £5, as I recall. Is there much difference? Ironically, the supermarket ones are more white in colour than the Kingsland White ones. Anyway, so look, I don't know how they taste yet or how they store, but in terms of, I'm just pleased. Let's not have them fighting against each other for who's the best. I'm just pleased I've got a garlic crop, because then I can keep some of the cloves back and start a new generation of garlic next year. But all is well on the garlic front. I'm going to leave the elephant garlic. These are ready because all the leaves are drying off and they're getting sort of brown type leaves. So if you pick the garlic too soon, the individual cloves haven't had a chance to sort of separate and develop into individual cloves. So I don't want to pick that elephant garlic too soon, bearing in mind how much they cost. So I'm going to put all these garlic in the shade glass greenhouse to sort of dry out the outside skin, so they're good for storing. A couple might come home with me for instant eating, but yeah, I'm really pleased with my harvest of garlic. So I'm really pleased with that garlic harvest after the last couple of years of failures. I'm going to now enjoy a hot strawberry, but thank you very much for watching. Click subscribe, send me a comment. See you next time. Cheers.